दोस्तों, क्या आपने कभी सोचा है कि आज से हजारों साल पहले लोग एग्जैक्टली कैसे रहते थे? Welcome to today's historic deep dive. We are going on a massive time travel mission for this explainer to uncover the secrets of a 4,500-year-old ancient smart city. Yes, you heard that right. A literal smart city from ancient times. So grab your imaginary time machine helmets because we are diving straight into the mysteries of the Indus Valley civilization.
Okay, let's set our time machine coordinates. Thanks to a brilliant scientific method called carbon-14 dating, scholars have actually pinned down the most accepted time frame for this entire civilization. We are jumping way, way back over 4,000 years into the past, specifically to a window right between 2500 BC and 1750 BC. Just mentally jump back in time for a second. So, such a BA, jab koi modern technology nahi thi, no electricity, absolutely no internet, yet these people were pulling off things that will absolutely blow your mind. To guide us, we've put together the ultimate historical fact file. We are going to take all those dense, heavy textbook facts, all those tricky names and dates, and bring them completely to life. No boring lectures today. We are going straight to the raw data of an incredibly advanced ancient empire to see what they were really up to. Here is our exact roadmap for today's journey. We'll kick things off with time travel to ancient India, map out the Indus Empire, explore the ancient megacities, dig into some mind-blowing archaeological finds, and finally wrap up with what we can learn today. Ready? Let's go. Section 1. Time travel to ancient India. How did we even name this massive era in the first place? Well, the crucial point here is that the term Indus civilization didn't just magically appear out of thin air. A scholar named John Marshall was actually the very first person to use this term. This whole society belongs to the proto-historic period, specifically the Chalcolithic or Bronze Age. And that's super important because it means they were master metallurgists, confidently working with bronze long before iron was ever in the picture. They set up their whole society along the Harappa, Gajar, Mohenjo-Daro axis, brilliantly utilizing those powerful, life-giving river systems. Section 2. Mapping the Indus Empire. Just how massive was their territory? Now, what's genuinely fascinating about their extreme borders is the sheer, unbelievable scale of it all. Iska span dekho dosto. Up in the north, they went all the way to Manda in modern-day Jammu and Kashmir. Down south, Daimabad in Maharashtra. Heading east, they pushed all the way to Alamgirpur in Uttar Pradesh, and out west to Sutka Gendor, sitting right on the modern Pakistan-Iran border. We're not talking about a small, scattered group of villages here. This was a colossal, highly organized civilization spanning across modern-day India, Pakistan, and parts of Afghanistan. Moving right along to Section 3, the ancient megacities. Where was the real action happening? Just like we have massive capitals today, they had their bustling power centers. And to uncover them, we needed our very own real-life archaeological superstars. In 1921, Dayaram Sani made history by discovering Harappa along the river Ravi, and literally the very next year, in 1922, Rakaldas Banerjee hit the jackpot and discovered Mohenjo-Daro right on the Indus River. By the way, because Harappa was the very first site found, this entire era is also widely called the Harappan civilization. What's really cool is how they clearly divided their cities by function. You had your grand, sweeping capital cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, where all the political and administrative power likely sat. But these guys were also incredible businessmen, so they built bustling port cities like Lothal, Sutka Gendor, and Balakot. Think of it like this. Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were basically their Delhi or Washington, D.C., while the coastal port cities were their Mumbai or New York, efficiently handling massive international trade across the seas. Section 4. Mind-blowing archaeological finds. This is where things get really, really interesting. We're about to crack open the ultimate ancient loot list. This isn't just a bunch of old rocks and dusty pots. These artifacts are a direct window into their actual daily lives. We are going to zoom in and see exactly how these people lived, worked, and played. Let's start over in Harappa. What's incredibly relatable about them is that their lifestyle wasn't just about basic survival, it was entirely about style and entertainment too. Sure, we found 6 massive granaries in a row, which was basically their ancient food security system, but then you look at the personal items. A beautiful copper-made mirror, an actual vanity box, ludo or makeup uz zamane mein bhi the. They literally spent their downtime playing games with dice and definitely cared about their personal appearance. It just goes to show human nature really hasn't changed all that much in 4,500 years. Now let's jump over to Mohenjo-Daro. These guys were hands down the absolute kings of megastructures. They built the Great Bath, which is essentially this amazing, perfectly engineered ancient public swimming pool likely used for ritual bathing. And sitting right near it was the Great Granary, which happens to be the absolute largest building of the entire civilization. Their brickwork and waterproofing techniques were just next-level engineering. But Mohenjo-Daro wasn't only about building massive structures. It was an incredible artistic hub. We've unearthed some truly iconic artifacts here. There's the famous bronze image of a dancing girl, the fascinating Pashupati Mahadeva seal, which many scholars believe is a very early protoform of Lord Shiva. They even found an intricate stone statue of a bearded man and a tiny, precious fragment of woven cotton. Plus, a whopping 1,398 seals were found in this city alone. That is 57% of all the seals in the entire civilization. Think of these seals as their ID cards or brand logos used for trading.
Okay, let's take a quick trip to Chanhudaro. And honestly, this might just be my favorite city. Why? Kyuki, ancient times maybe, fashion or toys got a luggy craze thought. We literally found an ancient ink pot, and yes, wait for it, lipstick. They also discovered terracotta models of bullock carts and little bronze toy carts. Just imagine a child 4.5 millennia ago pulling a tiny bronze toy cart through the streets. Also, a very unique fun fact, Chanhudaro is the only city we found without a citadel. It completely lacked that raised, fortified upper town like the other cities had, making it purely a bustling industrial and manufacturing hub.
Let's talk about some serious, heavy-duty engineering marvels now. Over in Lothal, they constructed a massive, artificial brick dockyard to park their trading ships safely. We also found evidence of rice husks and fire altars there. But Dolavira was an absolute masterpiece of survival engineering. Located in a super dry region, they created a highly unique water harnessing system with massive stone reservoirs. And get this, they had an actual physical stadium, a proper sports stadium Tainkipas. Imagine the huge ancient sporting events or public gatherings that must have taken place right there.
Section 5. What we can learn today. So, what is the ultimate big takeaway from all these incredible facts and artifacts? The biggest lesson for us is that history is rarely ever one-size-fits-all. We constantly hear about the perfect grid system of the Indus Valley. Dalavira, for instance, was brilliantly divided into 3 distinct parts for perfect civic organization. But then look at Bunawali. Bunawali is the major exception to the rule. It completely lacked that famous chessboard grid pattern, and, surprisingly, it had absolutely no systematic drainage system. It proves that while they were highly advanced, their town planning wasn't just blindly copy-pasted everywhere. Local geography and specific local needs dictated exactly how they built their lives. And this brings us to the ultimate mystery. The big question I want to leave you with today. We've seen their incredibly advanced docks, their makeup, their toys, their grand swimming pools, and their multi-state trading empires. So, if an ancient civilization was this incredibly smart and had such perfect, forward-thinking town planning, Kangayab Hogayilog. Where did they completely vanish to? Think about that, keep digging into the past, and I'll catch you on our next historical adventure.